A memory came up in my timeline today that reminded me something that my counselor said, and I just had to share it today. We were in the middle of processing some heavy things, and I remember saying, I'm just so tired of fighting. And he replied with this: God didn't call you to fight. That truth pierced my soul and opened my ears. God didn't tell us in Ephesians to put on the armor to fight. He said to put on the armor to stand. In fact, there are many places in Scripture where God says he fights for us. Now, this doesn't mean that there won't be times and occasions where God calls us into battle with him. But we have to remember this: if he asks us to assist, we already know the victory's ours because he's fighting with us. And number two, we fight in his strength, not our own, so it never weakens or tires. We see things like this in Scripture with Joshua, with David, with Gideon, where God called them to fight, but God was still leading the war. Some of us are exhausted because we're fighting battles that he never called us into. In Ephesians, it said the armor was to withstand what is going on while he fights the warfare for us. And it was also to be ready in case he does ask us for our participation. The most important part that we're supposed to put on in the armor is the prayer. And this is because prayer opens our ears to listen for God when he says, be still and be quiet, or it's time to fight with me. Because listen, if we're not called to fight, we may be weary from fighting battles we were never meant to fight in. And number two, we may lose battles that we take out of God's hand and try to fight in our own way and strength. Instead of exhausting yourself in the battle today, maybe you just need to learn to stand still in the armor of God. By putting on that armor, you're able to withstand what's going on. And I don't know about you, but withstanding a war sounds much better than starting one. I don't know about you, but I don't want to fight any wars or any battles that my papa isn't leading.